Hello, welcome to Trevena Cross this week. I just want to show you a few little ideas as we're making this garden. We're struggling with time because it's been so busy, but we're getting there slowly. First one is this one. This is the herb ball planter. If you've got a garden where you've got fencing panels around like that, you can easily grow these. Just drill it on, secure it to the wall, just drill it on, secure it onto there. And this one's got tea vine, thymes, lemon verbena, rosemary, that sort of thing. And that will grow all your herbs, so you can leave them on the side so the dog won't eat them. And they're out of harm's way of the children as well. You could also put like strawberries in there if you wanted to, or micro tomatoes, anything like that. But it's just an easy way of growing your herbs on the side. This particular one is one of my favourites. So that's lemon verbena. That's an absolute cracking. That is one of the best teas available. That one, that's absolutely fantastic. That's my favourite tea. I mix that one with the tea vine. Makes a lovely mix. Good tea, that one. That's one of there. Another one here, look. This one we haven't done yet, but we're going to fill up this whole area with it. This is just like you get eight plants in here, sorry, 8 plants. You just fill it up with compost on the side. You plant, say, a good one would be sort of busy lizzies or lobelia or something like that. And then all you do, drill it to the side and just keep it watered. There's no drain. There's a nice bit of drainage at the bottom, so you will keep a nice bit of inch of reservoir there as well. That's another option. That's another one we've got. The other one is this one here. Look, this is the balcony garden, which takes up hardly any room in your garden, in your yard, in your area. There's all sorts of things you can grow in here. Just fill it up with good compost like Humax or Silver Grow. You can put the top. You could have strawberries along the top there, because strawberries are great when they're hanging down because they don't seem to get eaten by things. It just tends to keep the slugs off. So that's one idea. So you could have strawberries, you could have dwarf tomatoes in there, or easier than that, just fill it up with compost, and you could grow sort of different things like just the cut and come again veg, that sort of thing. And once they're over, you just keep cutting them down, and you get another crop. Cut them down, you get another crop, until you're not cutting enough, and they go to seed. They just carry on producing. So that's another option. You can just fill it up and put that in there. And the other one, which is quite an ingenious one, is this one. This is the self-watering tower. It has got a cover on as well, so you could grow things that are quite tender, like small tomato plants or strawberries again. But the beauty about this one here I've got at the moment, I've got it filled up with different types of herb. So what you do with these, look, each one comes with a wick. They call it a wick at the bottom. At the bottom of there, I don't know if you can catch that there, Lucy. The bottom of there, it's just full of water. So that's our reservoir. So what we do is we put the wick goes in the bottom, and that slowly keeps the water coming all the way up to the pot. You see the wet at the bottom there, look, and that'll keep that completely watered. So all you got to remember is just to water these free. Just keep them full of water, and the whole thing is totally automatic for you. So that's another fantastic idea. A little bit more expensive, 120, but once you've got one, you can leave it and you can grow stuff. You can even keep stuff in the winter as well. Just pull that down, zip it down, frost protected as well. Okay, and then we're going to move on to bamboos section. Okay, just a quick word about the bamboos that we've got here. We've just brought down a load of the Pseudosasas, and we've just managed to get a load more bamboos in. We've got the biggest selection I've ever had here, actually. It's absolutely fantastic. We've got a huge range of Fargesias. These are the ones that don't run, because people get very worried about bamboos. These ones you can get in from, we've got all different varieties. You've got little blue stem ones, black stem ones, but they're all very small. You can get them from, you can have a 6-foot one, 10-foot one, 12-foot one, 15-foot one, but then none of them will run at all. Quite often you'll find that with bamboos, if the soil is absolutely hopeless and really dry and there's no fertilizer in it, it's not very good at all, bamboos will always run. The other varieties will always run all over the place if you're not careful. The only way with some of the Philostachus varieties, the big huge ones, which do get to sort of 15-18 feet, is they will run. So the only sure way of doing it, to make sure, is you have to dig a trench virtually that deep. You can leave a little ridge on the top for some bark, but you leave a trench that deep all the way around. This is a bamboo barrier. Basically, you make your shape with whatever size you want to do, and then you plant your bamboo in the middle of that, and it won't run anywhere further than that shape. So it's a shame not to use such a fantastic plant just for that reason. But like I said before, if you've got the other ones, all the Fargesia, there's absolutely dozens and dozens of different varieties of Fargesias here. So you've got loads that don't run at all. So that's that one. Also, we've got a nice new batch. We've just brought a huge batch that's just been ready of these Pseudosasas. Now this one here, what we get a lot of people asking all the time is, especially in all the building that's going on in Cornwall, it seems at the moment, is everybody's coming in and wants something tall, just to blank out the building behind them, or the housing estate behind them, or something like that. So it is a big problem, and you get asked that quite a few times every week. And quite often it ends up being Pseudosasa japonica, which is these. You can get these large ones. We've got some very tall ones here, which are already standing. Also, that was about 6 foot, but some of these here are already standing 7 foot. So when you put that in your garden, bear in mind that these new shoots, that's last year's. All right, this is how they grow. You see all the shoots at the bottom. These ones here, all that lot, they will supersede that by about 4 foot. So it'll be 4 foot taller again this year. So it all happens in one big growth spurt. They just go whoosh, up they go. Keep them well fed, mine, and keep them well watered as well. They like feed. Quite often they don't actually root that deep, so you don't have to go, they don't go too mad. They only root about that deep anyway. But if you keep it well fed, you will get good results from it. And that one there is one that people come in and ask for blanking out people, next door neighbours, this sort of thing. So if you want to make a hedge of this, this is the one to do it. It's also one of the only ones we recommend as a hedging plant with the Pseudosasas and all the bamboos. Quite a lot of the other bamboos near the sea, you will lose the leaves. It won't kill them, but they'll just look unsightly for the whole of the winter. This one will hang on to its leaves. So I've seen this very close, a few hundred yards away from the sea even. I've even seen there's one just over here actually, which it's been grown on a wall, like a Cornish wall. And that's quite clever because it doesn't actually go into your garden. It doesn't seem to, because the wall's about 3 foot already, it doesn't go any further, which is quite neat. And then they just cut it on the side. So it actually makes quite a nice hedge. And I've also seen people top them, got to 10 foot and top them. And that works as well. So same sort of thing. But if you want anything to blank out next door, that's the one. So what we do this week is we will give away a slightly smaller one Pseudosasa japonica. Okay, thanks very much, and see you next week.